So, did not want to forget, but we're going to be doing a movie review on the Card Counter. It's a Martin Scorsese movie, written and directed by Paul Schrader, and it stars Oscar Isaac as William Tell or Bill Tell, Tiffany Haddish as La Linda, William Dafoe as Major Gordo, and Tye Sheridan as Kirk Balfour. So, long story short, William Tell is an ex-military spook. He was trained and operated in Guantanamo Bay, and if anybody knows about a lot of the things that was coming out in the press in the mid 2000s, where a lot of the American military were, interrogating Iraqis and Afghanis, or these, terrorist cells, or, perpetrators of 9/11, or the, Afghanistan war, or the Iraq war. And many of them were tortured inappropriately, that violated Geneva Convention laws. Well, Bill Tell is one of those guys. Um, does his time in prison, in federal prison, at Leavenworth, for his crimes. He was taught by Major Gordo um, these interrogation tactics, and so Major Gordo got away with his involvement because he was a high-ranking officer, whereas Bill Tell and Kirk Balfour's father actually go to prison for that. So, long story short, while Bill is in prison, he learns how to count cards. He learns not just poker or 21, but he learns, deeply how to play all of these card games. So Tiffany Haddish, or Lalinda, she reaches out to Mr. Tell and wants to get him a financial backer so he can be able to play these different games at different casinos around the nation. So he originally says no, but then he ends up meeting Kirk Balfour. Kirk is the son of a guy that was also a person who was sent to prison under Major Gordo for his involvement in the interrogation tactics at Guantanamo Bay and during these wars of the early 2000s. And so he ends up befriending and following Bill Tell all across the nation, learning how to count cards, learning how to play different games at casinos. And so he takes up Lilinda on her offer to have financial backing. So he ends up winning a lot of money. Ends up getting over $100,000 saved up in a year from doing these different casino shindigs. And so he ends up offering Kirk this money, like, hey, you can pay off your mom's debt, you can do this, you can do that, and or I can torture your fucking ass, because that's what I know how to do, is torture. And so Kirk, so-called, takes the money and then tries to actually end up killing Major Gordo. Well, in his attempt to kill Major Gordo, he ends up getting killed by Major Gordo because, Major Gordo is a military official and he's not going to have somebody just breaking into his house. And so Kirk ends up bringing a pellet gun, or I can't remember exactly what it was, like a paintball gun, ends up getting shot dead. And in order to avenge his death, Bill goes to go see his long rival nemesis, Major Gordo. And he ends up killing him and then going back to prison for murdering him. And then at the end, Tiffany Haddish and him, they had obviously had a relationship, ended up having sexual intercourse during the movie near the end. And so while he's in prison, she comes to visit him, and then they touch glass like this, which is really weird. So long story short, the movie was good in ways and definitely weird in ways, but it's a Martin Scorsese movie. You should definitely still go see it. It wasn't like a super top tier movie, but it was still good nonetheless. So if you happen to go to the movies, go see it, or you happen to watch it on TV, you probably will enjoy it. But of course, I don't personally think it's like one of these blockbuster or one of these movies that you're continuously gonna watch. You probably watch it once or twice and be like, it's a good movie, and then maybe shelve it unless it comes on like TNT or ABC or whatever, one of these, TV network channels. But this is my honest review. Like, share, subscribe, and comment below if y'all have anything that y'all want to add. Or if you disagree and thought it was like the best movie in the world, or maybe thought it was fucking ass. But hey.